Now to work on this solid core door. I don't know how heavy this is, 100 pounds or so. Well, did I eat my Wheaties this morning or not? I don't think I did, but I've got my support brace on, my back support brace, my knee brace, my knee pad, and see where the hinges are. I've got to have those. I usually like to face them out the other way. Oh, okay. I've got to decide how I'm gonna do this. I'll figure it out here in a second. Okay, I'm just gonna keep you over here so you can kind of see this. I took my nail bag off because I don't want it on. Okay, I don't want to scratch anything. This is all brand new. I'm gonna put my door right here, and I've got this little piece of carpet here because I don't want to set it right down on the concrete or anything because I don't want to scratch up my finished edge when I lay it down, right? So I'm going to do it here. I'm going to have the hinges. Usually I like to have facing out this way where I'm working away from the wall, and I know the hinges are facing that way. So I've got to take this and flip it around. Make sure I'm not going to hit anything. Make sure you don't have a belt buckle on or any silly thing like that to scrape your door. And now I'm gonna fold it over and I'm gonna pull it back towards me first. I still have those screws on the bottom too, so I gotta be kind of mindful of that as I'm lowering it down. Okay, there. Now I'm on the edge of the door. There we go. Okay, now I can slide it. See, it's on my carpet. I'm protecting everything, and it's like that. A slight angle. See, like that. A little bit more. You don't want it too much. I've done it before where the whole thing's kind of fallen down, but inside where there was carpet on the floor and stuff like that. Okay, there. Now I can work on those hinges. I can take the screws out of the bottom of the door and all that kind of stuff. Those screws worked out really good. I used 2.5-inch screws, and because this was a solid core one, remember I told you I was going to go ahead and put two screws, so I did at both ends. And I'll take those out. Then I have to re-mark this, re-drill out just the two. I can put my hinge on in the middle, and I've already got the other hinge bit on here. That's the only thing that I'm gonna put on there on this solid core door when I get it in there. Because remember, the top and bottom, I can't pull apart. You can't pull apart the spring-loaded hinges. So I've already pre-drilled my holes and stuff, and I want to take this. What I want to do with this is I'm going to make sure it fits. Sometimes you have to kind of hold it up here at an angle, tap down on it with your hammer in case this has a little bit of paint in it, because I want these to slip in there nice and easy. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and I'll take these and I'll actually mount them right on the door where they're supposed to be. Then I can flip this over, because see, the spring-loaded, it's not spring-loaded activated yet until I get it up there and then tighten up the that screw there and put in the little set pin in the holes. Okay, all right. That's how I'm going to do that. All right, get her going. Here's something else I do too. When I put this on here, I want to get this so everything's tight that way. And sometimes you'll see that the screw holes in here are not lined up exactly. See how this one here is closer this side? This one is closer on this side. But look at that one. That one's in the middle. And that one's pretty much in the middle. This one's slightly towards that way. So the first screw I'm going to put in is this one, then this one. Those two are going to keep it tight over there before I do these last two. Even though these are slightly off to this way, they'll roll into the hinge tight. But if I were to do these two first, this one and this one, it's slightly going to move this. It's slightly going to move this hinge away from the edge of the door where it's notched. Okay? And I want it tight over there. So whenever you put these in, look for that and do the ones that you need to do first before the next ones. If they're all lined up in the middle, fine. If there's one or two that are off that way first, do those first. That'll prevent you from having that slide around, okay? And sometimes lately I've been doing is when I put the screws in, I just put them in. I don't try to tighten them all the way up with my battery operated drill, because if you do it too much, sometimes these can start spinning into your wood. I want those all snug, especially when I get up to the top hinge and the middle hinge. If one or two hinge screws spin towards the bottom, I'm not too concerned with those as much as the top ones, because if this door were to ever sag, it's going to be because of a loose hinge or something at the top of the door rather than the bottom of the door. You know what I mean? But I still like to make things tight. So let's take that one step further. If I have to mark any new holes, remember this hinge pattern didn't go with the old hinge pattern layout, okay? If I have to make any holes, then I'll use my my scratch awl, okay, with the little point, and I'll try to get to the middle. I try to hold it a little bit off, and then I can kind of get about eyeball to the center. But again, if I'm going to be off centered slightly, I would rather err to the inside rather than the outside, so that when I put those screws in, it's going to pull that tight. Okay, this screw happens to be in the middle. This one's kind of in the middle, but it's kind of off to the left. So if I keep those two tight going that way, I'll put these screws in first before that one. If I put that one in first, this could again pull over before I line those up, and I don't like to do that and then try to hit the hinge over with my hammer or anything like that. You know, just think about it and do it right. It doesn't take much longer to do things right than to do them wrong. Now, can you see how much easier it'll be if you set your door like this to screw your hinges on, or if you have to drill any new holes or anything like that, you can put forward pressure on there. You don't have to do it on the side of a door way up high where you can't get the screws in all the way, or it strips and comes off your drill or something like that. Way easier to do it like this, leaned up against the wall, okay? There's a tip for you. Okay, I got the spring-loaded hinges on here, flopped over like that, top and bottom. Got that one on there, got the screws out from the bottom. Now I got to think about this a little bit and set myself up strategically. I took my nail back off, and you see, this door is going to be heavy. When I get ready to lift it, it's going to hit this edge right here as I lift it, right? That edge, that point, and it's heavy, and I don't want to indent that at all if I can help it. And so I'm thinking, see, I got that carpet under it. I I'm gonna have to, I want to slide the carpet down a little bit. So I think I'm gonna have to slide this. I'm gonna slide this out like that. I gotta lift this door up and slide the carpet back towards me. There, like that. Okay, that's all. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea how heavy that door is. It's just heavy, it's awkward. So can you see now that when I lift the door up, it's gonna be on that carpet over there. Then I've gotta muscle it over through this door opening without scratching it, through the door opening, and I'm gonna have this situated over in here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly just yet, because the first and foremost, I'm gonna have to get this in here, and then I'm gonna kind of lean it against the wall so I can put my nail bag on, back on, and get ready to position this. Believe it or not, I don't think I've ever installed a door this heavy without putting it on the top hinge first. Because normally I don't work on exterior doors. This is probably considered an exterior door from here to the garage. Okay? Because all the doors I usually work on are interior doors where the hinge is up here, where the regular hinge pins everywhere, and then I can start at the top. Usually I'll lift it up, prop it up there, get the first hinge pin down on the first two knuckles. As long as the hinge pin gets down to this knuckle, only that far, that's all you need before you can position the other ones. I don't like trying to pound this all the way if these aren't in exactly, because then you could bend the hinge or you could bend the hinge pin. I've seen it done before, okay? And man, I've installed a door. What's the highest door I've ever installed by myself? Probably 9 foot tall, 1 3/4, 3 foot wide, 9 foot tall door. And in commercial buildings, I would have a little dolly, a little U-shaped deal about maybe 1.5 feet long with 2 big wheels on it, carpet on the inside. Then you can tilt the door up, put it in there, and then you can just take it and virtually wheel it through hallways, through doorways, wherever you need to go. Prop it up, and then I would take a piece of 3/4 inch or 1/2 inch conduit, electrical conduit, you know, about 16 inches wide or so, and I put one inside the other, so if I needed to, if the 1/2 inch wasn't tall enough, I'd take that one out and I put the 3/4 inch, and then I would just sit it right here and tilt the door up onto it, and then just hold the door up here, wheel it right into place, and you can jockey it around and get the top hinge. As soon as you get the top hinge kind of hooked a little bit, you just hit the bottom a little bit with your foot, and you can walk away, and the door is just hanging up there, so you can get up on a tall ladder and put your first hinge pin down and all that. I used to do commercial doors all the time. Well, this time I've got to just place it on the one hinge in the middle. So once I do that, I have to be careful when I do that, so the door doesn't want to swivel too much and cock the hinge, bend the hinge, or anything like that. I'll be able to do it, you know. But I'm just thinking it through. Okay, so I'm just letting you know, hey, I'm here by myself, and I'm going to get it done by myself, and so can you.